What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you are not truly bound to your body? That the walls around you, the street outside, even the very planet beneath your feet, are nothing more than a temporary stage upon which your awareness is performing. Somewhere beyond the hum of your thoughts and the rhythm of your breathing, there exists a realm that is both achingly familiar and profoundly alien. A place where time folds in on itself, where distance is meaningless, and where thought shapes reality as effortlessly as the wind shapes clouds. This is not a fantasy, it is not a dream, and it is not death, it is astral travel. For as long as humans have gazed at the night sky or closed their eyes in meditation, we have sensed that consciousness is far greater than the body it inhabits. Mystics from the deserts of Egypt, shamans from the frozen tundras, yogis from the peaks of the Himalayas, they all speak of journeys taken without moving a single muscle. Journeys where the traveler leaves the physical shell and glides through the infinite expanse of the astral plane. But what exactly is this astral plane? Is it merely the architecture of the human mind, a vast shared dream woven from collective imagination? Or is it a genuine parallel reality, an ocean of subtle energy in which our spirits swim every night while the body rests? In this video, we will pierce the veil between those questions and their answers. We'll explore the hidden history of astral travel, tracing it through ancient civilizations and secret schools of wisdom. We'll unravel what actually happens when you leave your body, and why so many who experience it come back transformed. And most importantly, we will uncover the practical steps, the techniques and disciplines that can allow you to open that invisible door and step into the boundless worlds beyond. By the time you reach the end of this journey, you will not only understand astral travel, you may feel an undeniable pull to experience it for yourself. Because some truths are not meant to be read or heard. They are meant to be lived. The story of astral travel is as old as humanity itself, and its threads are woven into the mythologies, philosophies, and sacred texts of cultures separated by oceans and centuries. It appears under different names, cloaked in different symbols, yet always pointing to the same transcendent experience, the liberation of consciousness from the physical form. In ancient Egypt, it was said that each person possessed a ka, a subtle double of the physical body that could separate and wander freely, returning with visions and knowledge from beyond. The Book of the Dead is filled with instructions not only for guiding the soul after death, but for enabling it to travel between worlds while still alive. The hieroglyphs whisper of priests who could leave their earthly shell, consult with the gods, and return with wisdom for pharaohs. Thousands of miles away in the Indian subcontinent, yogic traditions spoke of the Suksma Sharira, the subtle body, that moves through the lokas, realms, when freed from the anchors of flesh. The Upanishads describe consciousness as a swan that can fly beyond the waking and dream states into Turiya, the fourth state of boundless awareness. Yogis developed breath control, deep meditation, and mantra repetition as methods to unlock this journey. Among the shamans of Siberia and the Americas, the astral travel was not an esoteric luxury. It was a necessity. The shaman would project their awareness into other realms to find lost souls, heal sickness, or negotiate with spirit allies. These journeys were often induced through drumming, chanting, and the use of sacred plants, creating a rhythmic bridge between the worlds. Even in the philosophical schools of the West, the idea persisted. The Greek philosopher Plato spoke of the soul's ability to rise above the body and glimpse the world of forms, a realm of pure truth untainted by material imperfection. In the writings of the Neoplatonists, the soul was seen as a divine spark temporarily clothed in flesh, capable of returning to its source through contemplation and mystical ascent. The Middle Ages saw these ideas encoded in mystical Christian visions. Saints reported traveling to heavenly realms or descending into purgatory, guided by angels or visions of Christ. In Islamic mysticism, Sufi adepts told of the Mi'raj, the Ascension, not only as a historical event of the Prophet Muhammad, but as an inner journey any seeker could undertake to draw closer to the divine. What is remarkable is not merely the diversity of these accounts, but their uncanny similarity. Despite vast cultural differences, they describe the same sensations: a sense of lightness, the view of one's own body from above, the ability to move through walls or across continents, the encounter with beings of light, and the perception of landscapes more vivid than waking life. Philosophically, astral travel challenges one of the most deeply ingrained assumptions of the modern world: that consciousness is produced by the brain and confined to the body. If these journeys are real, they suggest that consciousness is fundamental and can exist independently of physical matter. It reframes life not as a brief flicker between birth and death, but as the movement of an eternal awareness through multiple planes of existence. And perhaps that is why ancient cultures guarded this knowledge so carefully. In the wrong hands, the ability to leave the body could be used for intrusion or manipulation. In the right hands, it could lead to healing, enlightenment, and the dissolution of the fear of death itself. Understanding this heritage is not just a matter of curiosity, it is preparation. For when we step into the next part of our exploration, we will begin to dismantle the modern misconceptions about astral travel and uncover its actual mechanics. To understand astral travel, we must first let go of the idea that we are inside our bodies in the way a passenger is inside a car. It is not that the body contains us. It is that the body is within our consciousness, like a dream character existing within the dreamer's mind. Imagine consciousness as a vast ocean, and your physical body as a single wave rising from its surface. Astral travel is the art of allowing the wave to sink back into the ocean while retaining awareness, no longer confined to one crest, but free to move through the infinite expanse. The phenomenon itself is often described in terms of the subtle body. This is not a metaphor. It is a functional vehicle of awareness, made of a finer vibrational substance than the physical body. Just as water can exist as ice, liquid, or vapor depending on its vibrational state, so too does your being have multiple layers. Physical body, dense and material, bound by the laws of physics. Etheric body, the energetic template sustaining the physical, closely tethered to it. Astral body, the luminous fluid vessel that travels the astral plane. Higher subtle bodies, beyond the astral, touching realms of pure thought or divine essence. When astral travel occurs, the astral body detaches from the physical and moves into a realm that mirrors aspects of our world but operates under different laws. Laws shaped by energy, intention, and vibration rather than matter. This detachment can happen in several ways. Spontaneous projection, often during sleep, illness, or near-death experiences, when the grip of the physical loosens naturally. Conscious projection, deliberately achieved through meditation, trance, or specialized techniques. Trauma-induced projection. During accidents or extreme danger, the consciousness steps out to avoid shock. A key point is that the astral plane is not a single uniform place. It is layered, much like an onion. The lower layers are closest to the physical and may appear almost identical to the waking world, while the higher layers are increasingly fluid, luminous, and shaped by thought. The quality of your projection, where you end up, depends on your vibrational state. Fear, anger, or confusion tend to pull you toward the denser layers. Calm, clarity, and love lift you toward the radiant ones. This is why so many traditions emphasize preparation. The state of your mind and emotions determines the frequency you tune into, much like a radio dial. The astral plane is vast, but your personal resonance decides which station you receive. An analogy: think of your consciousness as a kite, and your physical body as the person holding the string. Astral travel is letting the kite fly high into the sky while still keeping the string in your hand. The cord, your silver cord as many traditions call it, ensures you can return safely. This luminous thread seen by some travelers is said to connect the astral body to the physical at the heart or the head, and it remains intact until death. What actually initiates the separation is a subtle shift in awareness, when the attention withdraws from the sensory data of the physical world and instead anchors into the subtler senses of the astral body. These senses are astonishingly heightened, colors more vibrant than earthly pigments, sounds that are more like living harmonics than vibrations in air, and a sense of motion that can carry you across continents in the time it takes to form a thought. But before we explore how to consciously cause that shift, we must address the deeper mystery. What is the astral plane itself, and why does it exist at all? For that, we continue our journey deeper into the heart of the explanation. To truly grasp astral travel, we must go beyond the mechanics of how, and venture into the question of where, and perhaps even why. The astral plane has been described in countless ways: as a dream world, a spirit realm, a dimension of light, or a bridge between the material and the divine. In truth, it is all of these at once. It is not a fixed location in space, but a level of reality vibrating at a frequency higher than the physical, yet lower than the purely spiritual. It is the twilight zone between the visible and the invisible. If the physical world is like a solid sculpture, the astral plane is the clay from which that sculpture is shaped. Many esoteric traditions claim that all events, creations, and even ideas first take form in the astral before crystallizing into material existence. In this sense, the astral is not only a place to visit, it is the creative workshop of the universe. This is why thoughts in the astral have such immediate power. In the physical world, thought is invisible and must be translated into action to create results. In the astral, thought is action. If you think of a door, it appears. If you think of flying, you rise. This responsiveness is exhilarating but also dangerous. An untrained mind can easily generate distortions or project fears that manifest as threatening shapes. Thus, we encounter one of the great paradoxes of astral travel. While the astral plane is objectively real, your experience of it will always be colored by your own consciousness. Two travelers may stand in the same astral landscape and perceive it differently, each overlaying it with their own symbolic language and subconscious imagery. This is why discernment is crucial. You must learn to distinguish between the architecture of your mind and the structures that belong to the astral itself. Another nuance often overlooked is the presence of other beings. The astral plane is populated. Some are human travelers like yourself, consciously or unconsciously projecting during dreams. Others are entities native to that realm, ranging from luminous guides who radiate wisdom, to curious wanderers, to less benevolent forces that dwell in the lower vibrations. These encounters can be profound or unsettling depending on the traveler's state of awareness. Ancient schools taught that respect, calm, and clarity are the best armor in such meetings. Many seasoned projectors report that the astral has regions corresponding to human states of mind, realms of radiant beauty and harmony where advanced souls dwell, and murkier zones where unresolved emotions and destructive desires cling like fog. In mystical literature, these are sometimes compared to heavens and hells, not as eternal punishments or rewards, but as temporary states that consciousness inhabits. But why does this realm exist at all? The esoteric answer is that the astral is a necessary layer in the ladder of existence. It is the emotional and imaginative matrix connecting the material and spiritual worlds, allowing energy, intention, and form to flow between them. Without it, the leap from physical matter to divine spirit would be too vast. The astral is the bridge. In this light, astral travel is more than an exotic ability. It is a form of training for the soul. To navigate the astral is to learn how consciousness shapes reality, to face the projections of your own mind, and to interact with the deeper currents of creation itself. It is rehearsal for the journeys you will inevitably take after death, when the body is left behind for good. And so, while some seek astral travel out of curiosity or adventure, its deeper purpose is transformation. Each time you step beyond your body, you return with a little less attachment to it, a little more trust in the boundlessness of who you really are. Next, we will shift from theory to practice, laying out the precise steps, disciplines, and safeguards that can open the doorway to the astral and ensure your travels are safe, clear, and meaningful. Before we begin, it must be said, astral travel is not about forcing yourself out of your body. It is about creating the perfect inner conditions for the separation to happen naturally. Think of it like coaxing a shy bird to land in your hand. You don't grab it, you make the space still, safe, and inviting, and then it comes to you. Here is a step-by-step approach distilled from ancient practices and modern experience that you can use to prepare and embark on your own astral journeys. 1. Preparation of the body and mind. Your first task is to quiet the body until it becomes almost invisible to your awareness. This means finding a comfortable position, lying down or sitting in a reclined chair, and releasing all muscular tension inch by inch. Many practitioners use progressive relaxation, starting from the toes and moving upward, letting each part of the body grow heavy and warm. Once the body is still, calm the mind. This does not mean forcing thoughts to stop. It means letting them drift past like clouds without attaching to them. Breath is the anchor here. Slow, deep, rhythmic. Imagine inhaling light and exhaling tension until your mind becomes clear and spacious. 2. Establishing the protective field. The astral is a realm of many vibrations, and it is wise to set your own frequency before you leave. Visualize yourself surrounded by a sphere of golden light, warm and radiant, extending a few feet in all directions. This is not mere imagination. It is a command to your subtle body declaring that only energies in harmony with love and clarity may enter your space. 3. The vibration stage. As you sink deeper into relaxation, you may begin to feel a buzzing, humming, or tingling sensation throughout your body, like electricity flowing under the skin. This is the vibrational state, a common precursor to astral separation. The key is to remain calm. Many people abort their first projection by becoming startled here. Simply observe the vibrations and let them grow. 4. Separation techniques. When the vibrational state is steady, you can attempt separation. There are many methods. Experiment to find the one that resonates with you. The rope technique. Imagine an invisible rope hanging above you. Without moving your physical body, and feel yourself reaching up with your astral hands, climbing the rope until you sense a shift or pop as you lift free. Roll out. Imagine yourself rolling sideways out of your body, as though slipping from a duplicate shell. Target location. Visualize a specific spot in your room, perhaps the doorway or a corner. Focus on being there, feeling the texture of the floor beneath your feet until you find yourself actually standing there in your astral body. 5. Navigating the astral plane. At first, stay close to your physical body. Get familiar with moving, looking, and sensing in your astral form. You may notice the silver cord connecting you back to your body. Do not be alarmed. When you are ready, you can move further, through walls, out into the street, or to other locations entirely. Travel is instant when guided by thought. 6. Returning. When you wish to return, simply think of your physical body. You will be drawn back instantly. Some feel a snap or gentle drift. Others simply open their eyes in the physical world. Always take a few moments to reorient, stretch, and ground yourself. Drink water, touch a solid object, and affirm your presence in the here and now. Common challenges and how to overcome them. Fear, the most common barrier. Remind yourself you are always connected by the silver cord and cannot be lost. Fear instantly lowers your vibration, so focus on calm, curiosity, and gratitude. Overexcitement. Many beginners separate partially but snap back due to excitement. Maintain a detached, meditative mindset. Lucidity loss. If the projection fades into a dream, practice mindfulness during the day so your awareness is sharper at night. Astral travel is not mastered overnight. Like playing an instrument, the more you practice, the more fluent you become in the language of this realm. Over time, the experience shifts from strange and fleeting to stable, clear, and purposeful, and with it comes an entirely new relationship to life, death, and the vast unseen world between them. Astral travel is more than an esoteric curiosity. It is an intimate encounter with the truth that we are not confined to the physical shell we inhabit. Each journey, whether brief or profound, is a reminder that consciousness is vast, fluid, and eternal. Across cultures and centuries, mystics, shamans, philosophers, and ordinary dreamers have stepped beyond their bodies and returned transformed. They have brought back visions of radiant cities, conversations with luminous beings, and insights into the very architecture of reality. Some used it to heal, some to learn, others simply to marvel at the infinite expanse beyond the veil. But all of them, in one way or another, came back changed, less afraid of death, more attuned to the beauty of life, and more aware of the creative power of thought and intention. You now hold the keys to this ancient doorway. You know the heritage behind it, the mechanics that make it possible, and the practical steps to open it yourself. Whether you choose to step through is entirely up to you, but understand this. Once you have tasted the freedom of the astral, the boundaries of your world will never look the same. Perhaps the greatest gift of astral travel is not the ability to soar over mountains, visit distant lands, or explore luminous realms, though these are wonders in themselves. Its deepest gift is the knowing, carved into the very core of your being, that you are not the body. You are the boundless awareness that moves through it. So tonight, when you close your eyes and drift towards sleep, remember, your true home is not locked behind skin and bone. The door is always there, waiting for your attention to turn the handle, and on the other side lies a universe that has been watching you, patiently for lifetimes, ready to welcome you back. Step lightly, traveler, and may your journeys be clear, guided, and filled with light.